Hi there, I'm Loraine Prokopiou and this is number 2 in our little women's wellness series. This second workout we're looking at a more restorative Pilates. So we're looking at bringing our focus into the breath to try and get that rest and digest part of the parasympathetic nervous system firing up. So we're working a lot, as I say, with the breath, and we're trying to work the breath and the movement together and really bring that interoception into the mind and body to find that mind-body connection. Today I'm working on an Aligned Pilates A8 Pro Reformer. I have the tower attached on, but we're not going to be using the tower today. Although we will be sort of coming around and standing on the long box which is on the floor, but I'll talk you through that as we get there. So I've set my reformer up with the straps ready to collect when needed, and I've got my springs ready for footwork. So on this particular reformer I've got 1 green and 2 red, so again whatever you would set for your footwork, but we're going to lie down on the carriage first of all, and we're just going to bring our focus into the breath. So come on down, lying down onto your carriage, and just find yourself into the center of your reformer, and just feel the feet resting onto the footbar, just nice comfortable position, and the thighs dropping into the sockets of the hips. You got that nice easy neutral pelvis, so a little space for a blueberry into the small of the back, and we're going to breathe. So we're going to breathe in through the nose, and then you're going to sigh the breath out of your mouth and relax into your reformer bed here. Let's do that again. So take an inhale through the nose, keep going with that inhale, and then sniff a little bit of air in at the end, and then almost sigh the breath out as you exhale. So I'll do that with you this time. So inhaling through the nose, sniff, and then, and I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale through the nose, and then just let it out. And then with that sigh, you should feel like you've relaxed your jaw a little bit. So just keeping the mouth closed now, but breathing in and out through the nose. And if you would like to shut your eyes, that's absolutely fine. And then we're going to do a bent knee fall out. So as you inhale, you allow one knee to go out to the side, and as you exhale, you return. So this is a great place, simple movement here to try and time the breath and the movement together. So inhale, the knee goes out, and exhale, it returns. The pelvis stays nice and still as we're working. Keep them coming, alternating sides, controlling through the pelvis. So you're bringing your focus into the pelvis, stabilizing there, feeling the breath, and feeling the gentle movement through the ball and socket joint of the hip. I'm going to do one more here. That makes me even. Make sure you're even. And then we'll just float one leg up into a tabletop position. And again, take a moment, feel the thigh dropping into the socket of the hip. And then you're going to exhale, take that leg away, reaching it over the footbar, and then inhale to bring it back in again. And again, real slow movements here. Feel the quads contract to straighten the knee. Check your pelvis is staying nice and still as you're working. Use your exhale to connect the tummy muscles. Inhale, the thigh re-drops into the socket as it comes back in. Just feeling that hip fold, hip flexion as the knee bends. That's your last one, and then release, and we'll switch and do the other side, tabletop. And you're going to exhale, reach that leg away. Inhale to bend and return, dropping the thigh into the socket. And we'll just keep that coming. Again, just bringing your focus into that easy movement through the ball and socket joint at the hip. Quads working to straighten the knee. Nice and controlled. Easy movement through the hip, controlled through the pelvis. Good. Finish that last one off and then land your foot back onto the footbar. We're going to take a bridge. So you're going to exhale, roll the pelvis back, squash that blueberry that's in the small of your back, push down through the feet, and then reach your knees up and over the foot bar if you could. And then melt the ribs down, one vertebra at a time, hits the mat. Squash that blueberry on the way down, and then see if you can refine the space for the blueberry as you land. You're trying to keep the carriage still. Roll the pelvis back and bridge on your exhale. Inhale to reach the legs away. And then exhale as you slowly roll down, one vertebra at a time, hitting the mat. Can you widen your collarbones? Inhale as you release to neutral. Let's do 2 more of those. Roll up into your bridge position. Reaching away. And then melt the ribs down. One vertebra at a time. There's your exhale. Inhale, release to neutral. And we'll do one more. And finishing off as you inhale, releasing the pelvis to your neutral position. And then we're going to take a hamstring stretch. So let's first of all, let's just bring one knee into the chest and just give that a little hug, just kind of opening up through the hip there, at the back of the hip, and then a little compression at the front, and then do the other side. As we're working through our breath pattern, sometimes that's just the thing that just confuses people. So if that's the case for you, then just bring your breathing back to a normal size breath for you, and just try and move and just focus on your movement and get that going first. And then as you get more used to the movement, you can layer the breathing on top. But let's try some breath work with a contract, relax hamstring stretch. So I'm going to straighten one leg up, straight or straightish, but find a bit of a stretch in the back of the thigh. Then you're going to exhale as you press the back of the thigh and the hands together. And then inhale, release that pressure. And then exhale, bring the leg a little closer. And I'm going to do that again. Exhale, press the back of the thigh and the hands towards each other. So I'm contracting the hamstrings. Then I'm releasing that. And then on the next exhale, I'm going to pull that leg a little closer and inhale, hold it there. One more round. Exhale, press the back of the thigh into the hands. Feel the contraction of the hamstrings. Maximum contraction, we relax. And then we get that maximal relaxation to try and get that stretch a little bit further. And if you want a little bit more, flex that foot. Feels good. All right, and then let's release all that back down again. And we'll do the other side. So grab the back of the thigh, find a bit of a stretch, not too much because we've got to take it a bit further in a second. So exhale as you press the back of the thigh and the hands together. Inhale, release that pressure. And then exhale, give that leg a little further pull. Inhale, hold it there. But then from there, you're going to exhale, press the back of the thigh and the hands towards each other. So we're taking that stretch a little further each time. Inhale, release that. And then exhale, press. Bring the stretch a little further. Our final one. Exhale, press the hands and into the back of the thigh into the hands. Inhale, release. Exhale, see if that'll go just an inky bit further. Inhale, hold. And then exhale, release that leg back down. Nice. Let's place the heels onto the foot bar, lining up with their respective sit bones. We are going to move the carriage. So pressing up, straightening your knees, and then control back in again. Let's inhale as you press away, and then exhale to control back in again. Now there are many different breath patterns that you can work with your footwork. This is my personal favourite. Inhale to press away, and then exhale to control in. But if you have a particular favourite, then take that. But you want to feel like you're controlling. You've got one movement, one breath. I'm going to go one more. All the way back to the stop. And I'm going to take a little pause here. I'm going to bring the arms up, palms are facing. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades back into place. Let's keep that going. Reach the hands to the sky. Draw the shoulder blades back into place. Just 2 more of those. Inhale, reach. Exhale, control back. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale to control back. Then give yourself a hug. Notice which elbow is on top. Take your arms wide, feel a chest stretch, and then we hug again. Bring the other elbow on top. Take the arms wide for a chest stretch. And you might find I do just want to scoot away from the shoulder rest a little bit. I've got to do 2 more of those. So alternating that top elbow as you work. And I'm going to go 1 more here. Take the arms wide and just hold and reach into that stretch. And then on your next exhale, roll both knees over to one side. Inhale once you're there. And then exhale, draw those tummy muscles in, bring it back to the center, and then head over to the other side. Inhale once you're there. Exhale, draw it back through. We'll do 1 more each side here. Exhale, rolling both knees over to the side. Just enjoying that stretch, just taking it as far as you feel happy going. But do try and keep your shoulder blades onto the carriage as you're working. So you're getting that reach as the knees come across. Return to center, bring the arms back up and release them down by your hips. We're going to continue our footwork, taking the feet wider into this lateral rotation position. Heels rooted into the foot bar again. And then we're pushing up and controlling back down again. Again, I'm going to work my inhale, exhale. So inhale, pushing the carriage away. Exhale to control the carriage return. Keep it coming, nice and controlled. Bring your focus into those legs as they're pushing out and away. Check your pelvis is neutral. And we're going to go 2 more. And last one. Bringing the feet back together again. I'm going to come onto the balls of the feet this time, so I can work my calf raises. So I'm going to come up into a high half toe already, and then push the carriage away. I'm going to stay here, nice and slowly control that reach down for the calf stretch. Back up onto the toes, stay on the toes, and then bend the knees and control back in again. Let's do that again. Push up, control, reach for the stretch, find the stretch, and then back up onto your toes and bend the knees. And we're going to keep going with this sort of single calf raise. Inhale, push the carriage away. Exhale, control that reach. Inhale, press the carriage away again, and then exhale to return. Let's do that again. Inhale away. Exhale, feel the length and the work through the calves. A return, and then bend the knees to control back again. We'll do 1 more of those, pushing up. Heels a reach, and a return. And bring it all the way home. And stay there when you get there. Let's release the heels and just rest the insteps onto the foot bar. I'm going to shuffle away from the shoulder rests a little bit. And then I'm going to bring my focus really into the breath. And I'm going to inhale for 4 and exhale for 6. So it goes inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with that, I'm trying to fire up my tummy muscles. So inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And rest. Bring the breathing back to a normal sized breath. We're going, if you haven't worked that out already, 4 and 6 adds up to 10. I nearly said 100, but we're going to work this into 100. So here we go. Open the collarbones, float the hands off. You're going to inhale as you pump your arms. 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just keep that coming like this with the head down. Just keep your ribs and your pelvis connected. Focus the breath, especially if this is a different breathing pattern for you. It's coming up again later, but just finish this last round off and then reach your arms long and lower them back down again. And just release your shoulders and take a pause there. And then we're going to come on up and pivot around and come into a sitting position just to change the springs up. I want to do some single leg work now, and I will want to do some feet in straps a bit later. So I'm going to drop that green spring off. So now I've got 2 red on this particular reformer. So whatever you would work for your single leg work or your feet in straps. So coming on down to your back again. Resting here. Let's have the balls of the feet onto the foot bar. We'll bring one leg to tabletop. We're going to push up and down. We're just doing 4. We're going to do 4 of everything, I think, here. So here we go. So I've got 2 more here, just with this leg in tabletop. And then I'm going to take it into bicycle, reaching the free leg away and control back in again. Zipping up through those tummy muscles. And we'll do our last one. We're going to do a développé, the full version. So reach and hold out here. Tap the foot bar and then flexing both feet. Point and then bend and reach that leg away. So let's go again. We've already got that lovely work through the hamstrings that we've warmed up with all those lovely stretches. So we can really enjoy that stretch here. Inhale to reach, exhale, control the tap. Inhale, flex the feet, and then exhale to return. One more round. Inhale, reach, exhale, tap. Inhale, flexing both feet, and then exhale to return. Nice. Let's do all of that on the other side. So tabletop, check your heels lining up with your sit bones, check your pelvis is neutral. Inhale, press away, exhale, pull it in. Inhale, press away, exhale, pull in. 2 more. And see if you can bring that breath just in and out of the nose as well. We're so often to bring out the breath. No need to. Inhale, push away, exhale, reach. Inhale, push away, exhale, reach. 2 more. And then we're going to do our développé. So bend and reach to the sky. Tap the foot bar. Flex both feet. And then we're going to bend and reach away again. Let's do it again. Bend, reach to the sky. Exhale, tap. Inhale, flex both feet. And then exhale away. So we find the stretch. Control through the abdominals. Extra stretch as you flex. And then bend, reach. I'm going to take 1 more round. And then release and just landing your feet onto the foot bar. Scoot away from the shoulder rest a little bit. Now, do you remember I promised 100? It's coming back again. So this time we're going to take the hands into the loops. We're going to bring the legs up into a tabletop position. Press the hands down to the hips. We're going to keep the head down, unless you especially want to lift it up. I'm going to keep mine down. Inhale, pump the arms, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can just keep that going like this. Or if you want to make it more challenging, on your set of exhales, you're going to reach 1 leg away. Bring it back in on the inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 1 more each side. Bring it all the way back in. Control back to the foot bar, to the stopper, and then we're going to take the feet in straps now. So push up part of the way, 1 foot in, and then join it with the other foot. We're going to go straight into our pliés here. So I'm turned out, and then I'm going to bend the knees as I flex the feet, and then point as I reach away. So flex the feet as I bend the knees, and then point as I reach away. Inhale, control the carriage in. Exhale, press away. Inhale, control in. Exhale, press away. And 1 more. Inhale, control in. Exhale to press away. Then we're going to work some V's. So I'm going to take my feet out, around, and then press the feet back in again. So I think of this as going sort of like halfway round a semicircle, or round a semicircle. I'm pointing, both feet are pointing to the 6, and then I take the legs out, and we're going to the 3 and the 9 on the clock. Is that better? Maybe. All right, let's try again. So taking the legs out, we create this V shape through the thighs, and then just return them. So we're not making a full circle, we're just going around half the circle, and then return. I'm going to go out again and stay there. And then I'm going to try and bend my knees and control and bring my feet to like a diamond shape. And then can we return out to that V? Let's try and keep going with that. So what I'm trying to do here is keep the carriage still as I come into that diamond shape and then reach away. Come into the diamond shape, reach away. I'm trying to keep my pelvis neutral as I'm working, and I'm doing one more here. Reach away, and then I'm going to bring those legs out and around and back together again. And then I'm going to lift and lower here, keeping this turn out into those legs. So we've got this lateral rotation. I'm going to exhale as I push away. Inhale to control back up again. Exhale to push away. Inhale to control back up again. And we'll do one more round. Okay, we're going to try some frogs. So let's give that a go. So I'm going to reach the legs away. And then we start just with the exercise we've just done. So I'm going to lift, then I'm going to hold there. Then from here, I'm going to make a diamond shape with the legs. Then I'm going to reach the legs out to the side and then pull them around together. So let's do that again. I'm going to lift, hold, diamond first, take the legs out to that V shape and then pull them around and together. One more. Inhale, lift, exhale, diamond, inhale, reach, exhale together. Now we reverse. Take the legs out to your V, hold your V and then diamond. Reach the feet to the sky and then use your buttocks to push away. Inhale the legs out to the side, exhale to diamond, inhale reach to sky, exhale press the legs away. One more round. V, diamond, feet to sky and then push away. Oh, nice. Let's bring the feet up into there. We're going to hold here for a little stretch. So reach up and grab the ropes. And just very gently, I'm just almost using the weight of my arms just to hold the straps on my feet. Trying to drop my coccyx towards the mat. I can see my feet here and I'm going to draw circles with them. And then reverse. And then if you want to go for an inner thigh stretch, take your feet out wide. And again, I'm just gently pulling my elbows to my waist. And I'm trying to drop my coccyx towards the mat for a big inner thigh stretch. If this isn't right for you, then just come on out the straps because that's where we're going next anyways. So we're going to bring those legs together and we're going to come out the straps. So finding the footbar once you're there, and then come into the stopper and then pop those straps onto your uprights and come on up into sitting. So we're going to use the carriage as a bit of as a mat really. So I'm going to just load up that other spring again so that it keeps the carriage still. So right now I've got those two red and a single green on there just to hold the carriage still. And then I'm going to come up and around. Now you'll notice here I've got the long box underneath the reformer. So because this is a pro height, that will fit underneath quite nicely. If you're on a lower reformer, you can just stand on the floor, or actually we're going to come into kneeling. So I'm going to step inside and I'm just going to kneel down onto this long box here. So now the other thing you could do is use your platform extender across the runners and kneel on it there if that's going to work better for you. Right, let's get going with this. So I'm going to bring my hands forwards. Bottom is a little bit further back towards my heels. And then I'm just going to rock forwards into a half plank and then return. So no movement of carriage. This position with the wrists as well can be quite comfortable here. So enjoy that. And as I come forwards into my half plank, I'm pulling my pubic bone up my nose. I'm going to inhale, press back. Exhale, pull it forward. So that pubic bone up the nose feeling is just to really try and get yourself into those tummy muscles to support the spine as you come forwards into your half plank. So this is a great one to come back to if you don't like the second exercise we're going to do. And then I'm going to take a rest there. And then I'm just going to walk my hands back and come up into a kneeling position here. I'm going to warm up the wrists a little bit more. So I'm going to do some Flamenco fingers as I bring my hands up above the head, make a little prayer position at the top, bring the hands down and give the wrists a good little stretch here as you press the palms together, growing nice and tall. And I'm just going to let my armpits drop a little bit just so I can find that easy length through the spine. And then I'm going to do a spine twist to one side and a center and the other side and a center. And then I'm going to release the hands down and try and press the backs of the hands together here. So I'm stretching the wrists in the other direction and dropping the armpits and finding some length through the spine here. Holding the hands, I'm going to do another spine twist, just finding that length as I twist, and a center, and the other way, and a center. And then bringing the hands above the head, and we're going to flamenco fingers all the way back down again. Now, just being aware of what's going on and around you here as you bring the hands back down, and then I'm going to come onto my feet here. And then I'm going to walk my hands forwards and I'm going to come out from this kind of down dog position up onto the toes and forwards to a plank. And then I'm going to return. So this is just like the exercise we just did, but it's a little more challenging because I'm coming into a full plank. Inhale, press back. Exhale, return to that plank. And I really like that feeling of pulling the pubic bone up my nose to find my tummy muscles to support the spine. So I feel strong through those abs. I'm pushing down through the arms. I feel strong through the arms, controlled. Return to your down dog. Walk the hands back a little bit and just press back for the stretch. Then looking to your shoulder rests, I'm going to bring my hands up onto the shoulder rest and just walk my feet back a little bit more so I can come from here and then out to this kind of high plank and then press back again. Now I could actually, if I fancied, drop my heels. Well, no, maybe not. Notice that could potentially happen, so please be aware of that. Don't drop the heels. So, and then coming up and forwards. So if you are working with something like this, you do need to make sure that your box is on a sturdy surface, so it's not going to slip and slide as you're working like this. And remember that it is just on the floor, and if you push hard enough, it's going to tip. So I'm going to come back again. I'm going to walk my feet very slightly closer and forwards, and then I'm going to come forwards and hold here. Now I like this because I've got my hands are slightly lifted and I've got space, and I'm going to bring one leg through and between and hold this lunge. And then I'm going to lift my same arm as this front leg. So for me, this is my right, and I'm going to lift and just take a twist here. I feel strong down through the arm, through my feet, and then I'm going to land that hand back down. Push down through the hands, lift your tummy muscles in, step back. Let's take a down dog again. Or this sort of halfway house down dog. And then return, and then the other leg is going to come forwards. Stepping through and hold. Now pushing down through the hands, lifting through the tummy muscles. Same arm as this front leg. So my left on this side, coming up. And then return back down again. And then we'll push down through the hands, lift your tummy muscles up to get you back. And then I'm just going to walk my feet so they're right in the center of the box here. And then just pressing back, feeling that stretch. Then bend the knees, walk the hands down to the runners so you can return to a standing position. Nice. Now we're going to try and do a lot of that on a moving platform. So just be aware as you step off, be aware of all your trip hazards as you come on off, however you're working that one. And then I'm going to come on down to a single red now. So I'm taking that red and the blue, red and the green off. So I've got one red spring still on. And then I'm going to do that kind of half plank thing again. So breastbone over the foot bar, holding onto the foot bar, float the heart up, push the carriage away, find that half plank, and then pull the knees back underneath you. So now my floor is moving, that my knees were on, whereas before we were just moving the whole body as the fixed hands and the knees were on the bits that they were on. So let's hold this half plank now. Now I'm going to push away with my arms using my tummy muscles, and then I'm going to return the carriage. Inhale, push away, and exhale to return. I like to use the exhale here to find that control. So join me if you like, or if you prefer to work it the other way around, that's absolutely fine. Quite often the exhale here can feel quite nice because you're really firing up your tummy muscles to control as you push back. And I'm going to take one more here. Pushing away, controlling back, and let the carriage come all the way to the stopper. So for the next round, I'm going to take it into a full plank, and I want a bit more stability with the springs. So I'm going to add a blue. So I've got one red, one blue. And I'm going to try and work some of those lunges again. So I'm going to grab my platform extender from underneath and pop that on the top. So we'll start with a lunge, or the single thigh stretch. So I'm going to bring my right foot on, left foot is against the shoulder rest, and let's push away, pressing out into kind of that splits, and then control the return. And because I've put on a fair amount of spring here, or the one red, one blue, I can get that sense of pushing away, and I'm going to exhale as I push away. Inhale to control back in. Start from your tummy. Exhale as you push away. Find that length and the stretch and the strength. Control back in. One more. Press away. Control back in again. Once you're there, scoot the foot completely onto the platform extender. Bring your arms up, hug the moon. Feel the pubic bone pulling up the nose, and just hold here for a breath. And then open the hands out to the side. Really reach the two hands away from each other. And then we're going to drop this front hand to the foot bar and lift the other one to the sky. So I've got the right hand reaching to the sky now. I'm going to push down through the hand and lift that back knee off. Nice and strong. And breathe here for a moment or two. And then you're going to bring that hand down to the foot bar. Now, check that back toe is tucked. Nice and strong through the arms. We're going to step back to that plank. Hold your plank. Push the carriage away and then return. So if you feel like you prefer to have your knees on the carriage, that's an absolute option for you. You feel strong through those tummy muscles as you're working. Return. We're going to bring the other leg forwards onto that platform extender. So for me, it's my left. And I'm going to land that back knee. Do all of that again. So pushing out into your splits and controlling back. Some exhale, push away. Inhale to control back. Working my butt to push the leg back, so that right butt cheek presses back, opens up the front of the right hip, and this front knee straightening is going to give me a hamstring stretch on that side. And we're going to take one more. Exhale, push away. Inhale, control back in again. Return, find the stopper, scoot that foot, hug the moon, pull the pubic bone up your nose, and then open out, turning towards this bent leg, front bent leg, reaching. Then we're going to land that hand, reach in. Now you could stay here or tuck that toe, lift the back toe up, let the pelvis lift a little bit in space as well, and hold nice and strong through those arms. Looking down, land the hand. Now I'm going to step back to a plank again, pressing back to your plank, and then I'm going to lift my bottom and come into a bit of a down dog. Now I'm here, I'm going to reorganize my feet a little bit. So if you feel like you need to do that, go ahead, do that. And then from here, I'm going to push the carriage out and find my plank, and then control the carriage back in to that down dog. Push away. and then control. So let's keep this coming. So we're going to push away to your plank. It's kind of a long plank as well. Notice how far I'm pushed away with my shoulders. And then I'm just going to lift my butt into the air, control the carriage back in again. Exhale, push away. And inhale to control it back in again. Again, you could reverse that breath if you like. Whatever feels kind of natural for you. Wherever you are, go with it. Just as long as we're working one breath out, one breath to return. Nice. Hold at the stopper, and then we're just going to walk your feet back into the center. We're going to do an elephant stretch, so I'm not actually going to do an elephant, full version of the exercise. I'm just going to push down through the hands, lift the toes, and almost imagine I'm pulling the carriage into its stopper. So it means I'm just firing up my hamstrings and my calves actually into that stretch, nice active stretch, and then release. And then nice and slowly we can come on up into a standing position, and then I'm going to come back and sit down again. So holding onto the foot bar just to let myself back down into a sitting position. So I'm going to take a moment now and lie down and take a Pilates Shavasana. So a nice sort of bit of relaxation at the end of class. So I'll put the foot bar down all the way. And I'm just going to use, as I say, just down all the way. I'm just going to use the reformer as a mat. So I'm lying down onto the reformer here, just as you would normally. Feet come down onto that platform extender, any way you like that feels comfortable. Now, of course, you could do this just on the mat if that's available to you, but I'm going to stay here on the reformer for today. So I quite like in this position to take the feet quite wide and then drop the knees to touch there, and that's really comfortable for my hips and my pelvis. Some people really like the soles of the feet together and dropping out for that stretch. And if that feels comfortable for you to stay there, then absolutely fine. But I'm going to take this one with the knees knocking together. Turn the palms to face the ceiling. Again, if that's comfortable for you. And in this reformer, it's quite nice and wide, but I am just allowing my hands just to kind of rest off the edges of the reformer. So settle down into that position, whatever is comfortable. We're just staying here for a few minutes, and we're going to go back to that breath we tried right at the beginning. So inhale through the nose, long, slow, steady inhale. And then exhale through the mouth and relax into your mat, your carriage. Let's do that again. So long, slow, steady inhale, filling the lungs. Right at the top of the breath, see if you can take an inhale, extra sniff, and then exhale, let it go. I'm going to do one with you. And then if you haven't already, see if you could just close your eyes and just let the breathing come back to a normal size breath. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Jaw is relaxed, lips are together. And we're just going to take a moment to feel the relaxation through the face. So each exhale, just let your face relax, let the frown lines release. Be aware of the area behind your eyes and let those relax. And the jaw relax. Feeling that relaxation just flow down your neck, along your collarbones, and down your arms. So you're feeling the length of the arms, right from the ball and socket joint at the shoulder, down to your elbows, all the way to your wrists, and into your fingers and your hands. Let that relaxation flow down your spine,
Feeling the length of the spine from the base of the skull all the way down to your sacrum, heavy on the mat. Feeling the movement of the breath. As it moves your ribs, moves your belly, and even down into the pelvis. Feel the thighs into the sockets of the hips. Feel the length of the thigh. And then feel the length of the shin bone from the knees all the way down to the ankles. And feel the feet, the length of the feet from the heels to the toes. And just bringing the focus back to your breath. See if you can notice the beginning of the breath, of the inhale, the end of the inhale, and then maybe there's a pause, and then the exhale, beginning of the exhale, end of the exhale, and then maybe there's a pause. No need to change it, just breathe and just feel your breath. And I'm just going to leave you to feel your breath just for a moment or two longer. And then just for a moment, could you just let your mind go? You don't have to focus on anything, just let it go. And then bringing your awareness back into the weight of the body, onto your mat or onto your reformer. Feeling the length of the limbs, the arms, the legs. Feeling the length of the torso. Take another big breath. And then just maybe wriggle your fingers, wriggle your toes. Maybe bring your feet, your knees back up to face the ceiling, whether they were out or in. Just take a moment to very carefully blink your eyes open. Take a little stretch. I want to reach my legs out straight and just reach my arms up and take a kind of yawny stretch, whatever feels good for you right now. And then we'll pivot around and come on up into sitting. Take your time there. If you want to stay there, please do. And just feel nice and calm. Hope you feel kind of stretched, lengthened, strong as well, because we worked some quite tough stuff too as well today. But bringing that focus into the breath and the movement, there's something magic happens when we can do that.